Hey everyone, welcome to West Coast Muscle Saws. I want to talk a little bit about the 562 and running conditions and what can happen. The cylinder you see there came out of a 562 with very few hours on it, and it seized up, and what it was from ingestion of very fine dust, lots of it. This saw is being used in around where the fire was, bug kill. Trees are dead, bark is dry, powder, dull chains, and what happens is when they're cutting the 562, it's got the air injection, which is great when you're cutting green wood, live wood, and you're bringing out chips with a sharp chain. Everything's functioning fine. It's got the air injection, which works, if you can imagine, a vacuum cleaner sucking up all the chips and whatnot, and the bigger chips, it pushes to the side, centrifugal force, of course, gets its clean air around the flywheel. When you're running in nothing but powder, fine stuff, dull chain, you can see on the saw all the fine powder. Those aren't chips, that's just fine powder that's accumulating. And this area here, like I say, works like a big vacuum cleaner. Pulls it all in there and rams into the air box. This saw, I could actually, after I took the air cleaner off, you can see the fine powder packed inside the air cleaner, inside the connector, inside the carburetor, just full, and inside the engine, of course. Looked like he had sandblasted inside the engine. And it took out the piston cylinder. The air cleaners that Husqvarna builds just can't take care of that fine powder rammed in there, and of course they're not going to warranty it. They don't want to stand behind it. Let me show you what I came up with that works really good. Just a brief history. Back during when Mount St. Helens blew, we had timber cutters going up there, and saws weren't lasting any time, burning up. That's where the V-stack and the foam air filter came into play. And I had a metal lathe, and I was cranking out them V-stacks as fast as I could, putting them on saws, oiling the air cleaners, the little foam filters, sending them up there to Washington. What I came up with was for this saw, is a sock that you oil with some air cleaner oil. You tuck the filter inside it. Pull it all the way back like that. And you do have to be careful when you put this on the saw to roll this back and tuck it just so you don't catch it on the connector where it sits on there. And here's what it looks like once you get it done. This has been run a couple times so you can see what they're doing. That's what it looks like. Real slick. This will just get caked with fine powder. And what I recommended to this customer was to get several of these, and lunchtime change it out, have it in a baggie. Either have your pre-filter in a baggie with oil in it, or have a couple extra cleaners, of which that's what they're going to do. Change them out a couple times a day, take it home at night. You can wash these in warm soapy water, cleans up real nice, let them dry, oil them up, put them to work. If you want to try to save your engines on these saws, like I said, the air injection is a great idea. They didn't calibrate the fine powder, and like I said, you'll see that fine powder here that they're cutting in. Look at here. That's what the air cleaner original one looked like. Just had this stuff caked inside it. I do sell these. I'm a one-man show here, of course, and so sometimes I don't get right back to you, but if you're interested in some and would like them shipped to you, what I really need is your phone number and a good postal address when you email sawking@hotmail.com and say you'd like to purchase a couple of these. And I might be a couple days before I get back with you, but I'll call you back and see how many you want and get them shipped to you.